Assalamu alaikum and Happy New Year. So every year, like most people, I have ideas of what I want to achieve in the new year, and I'm always excited that first, second day of January in achieving those goals. And they're quote unquote resolutions because they're not really things that I put to action and effort into. They are things that I want to achieve honestly just by hope or some magic. By the grace of God, I will start eating healthier, or I will work out more, or I will complete tasks more efficiently, or whatever my goals have been in the past. It has always been something that I did not put enough effort into achieving, more of just a wish and a hope. So this year, I really want to work on setting actionable goals, smart goals, and I want to make sure that they're not unattainable goals or unrealistic goals. And so I want to be intentional in the way I set them, the course of action I want to take in achieving that goal, and have some sort of accountability or check-in by a specific date that I can see the progress and whether or not I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. And so that is what I wanted to speak a little bit about, and the things that I hope to hold to myself in 2018. SMART basically stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. So the idea is that a goal, when you set it, fits into the criteria of those acronyms. And that way it is easier to follow through and kind of see the progression of that goal and the achievement at the end. My overarching goal is basically to focus on self-development and making sure that I am bettering myself in every aspect of my life. And all of the SMART goals I will talk about in a bit kind of fall into this overarching goal. My first goal is to be intentional about the way I spend my time with the people around me. So I want to build my relationships. As I grow older, I'm realizing that people receive love differently and have different values when it comes to what strengthens their relationships with me. And I want to put more effort into understanding each of my relationships separately and treating each of my family members and friends and my spouse and my children with their love, with the way that they understand love, or the way that they want to receive love in my mind, right? I want to be super intentional about the time I spend with them, making time to call and just ask how are you, and be mindful of what's going on in their lives, because that is something I value when people do for me, and I want to do it more. It's definitely achievable. It's not at all difficult. It's just something that takes a little forethought and commitment on my part. The second goal is for me to do things that I enjoy. I really, really want to put more effort into actively doing things that make me happy and seeking out new things that will excite me, that will give me a sense of adventure, a sense of achievement that I can conquer. So I want to be able to kind of just work on myself and do things that just make me happy, silly things, anything that brings laughter to my life. I want to be able to seek out in this coming year. One of the more important goals to me in this coming year is to get out of my comfort zone. So I want to put myself in situations where I am absolutely not comfortable, and just discover how I get out of it, discover how I deal with it. Because as I've said before, it has been one of the more difficult things in my life to get away from. And I know that many other people also deal with the same issues of just having a very difficult time to do things that are not in your comfort zone. And it's definitely easier said than done, but I have this opportunity to travel and go to a country that I don't speak the language. I have never visited before. I have no family members except my immediate family who are also going there for the first time with me. I honestly feel like it's the best opportunity to be able to experience how I deal with situations that are outside of my comfort zone. And especially in addition to my previous goal of just experiencing something fun, I want to incorporate that getting out of my comfort zone into the having fun goal as well. And I will keep a journal. So I want to keep a journal of finding things that, you know, if I read it and it makes my heart jump, or if it makes my heart, like, if it makes me feel even slightly scared, that I will just commit to it. I will do it. There are many things that I read or I see and I'm like, no, that is not for me. So I want to train my brain not to think that way and to say, okay, let's do it. Or at least attempt it, you know? And the last goal that I want to set for 2018 is to recognize the passing of time. You know, as soon as I started college, I feel like time has just quickly passed by every year faster than the last. And I know that that is because my life is very routine as I grow older, and it's very monotonous. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, and I don't register the passage of time in the sense of, you know, a week has passed, a month has passed, a year has passed. It's more of you know, the next day has come, but it's the same, you know, it's just a different name, but the same day. I at least have not paid much attention to the passage of time in that sense, and I find myself wondering, like, what did I do? You know, how did this whole year pass me by without achieving something? Or what happened to my, you know, resolutions that, you know, I know have disappeared by January? And so I really want to make sure that I pay attention to the details of my life, and I am grateful. I show gratitude. I can take things for granted like most people, and I have not always noticed when I'm taking things for granted. You know, it's very difficult unless it's pointed out to me for me to recognize it, and sometimes it's, you know, a significant time has lapsed since that time that I should have appreciated whatever it is that I should have appreciated. And so I want to be more specific about how I spend my time and account for that. And if there's any downtime or time that I'm not doing anything, I want to be aware of it and choose not to do anything. I feel like the way I've perceived it thus far is kind of like it's happening to me, like, oh my god, you know, I have nothing to do, therefore I will just, you know, sit around and watch TV, and having to feel like I didn't make the choice to sit there and watch TV. But I want to be able to, I want to make sure that I choose that. So I say, okay, so in the next hour or so, I'm gonna sit and watch TV, and then I'm gonna get up and do this. So I don't know if it's not gonna be on an hourly basis. I know that that will take a great deal of time to master, and being that intentional about every minute of my life. However, I want to start the process of making sure that I know what I'm spending my time on, and I am happy with how I'm spending my time, rather than being passive throughout the year and then just, you know, feeling unsatisfied when the year ends. So those are my New Year's goals, and so I am really excited to work on these goals and inshallah achieve these goals. I really hope you and your family and everybody around the world a very, very prosperous and happy new year. And I really hope that, you know, this is the year we keep to our resolutions. I really hope that you've also made some resolutions that you want to stick to, and I hope that you do. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And until next time, peace.